Yes. You can take a Lady of the Night into the car wash. So the DLC's been out for a little while, and now it's time to show you some of the more extreme and weird things that you can do with the car wash and what happens, and some of the strange glitchy stuff that happens in that sort of strange interim state that you are in, kind of in a mission. So let me talk you through all of these. There's this weirdness that normally when you incur damage, you see how low it goes down. Normally to get 1,000 damage, like if you're doing a nightclub delivery, something like that, or a cargo delivery where you can pick up damage, normally you wipe off 1,000 in one hit. With this, it goes down incredibly slowly. I mean, I've been smashing everything, which made me wonder, what do you have to do? What happens if you get down to 0? In the end, I got tired of doing that and thought I'd go for the shotgun. And unfortunately, one hit too many, and yeah, it caught on fire. So we skipped that 600. So yeah, we definitely fail if we reach that point. There we go. I'll just finish off the car, and then I'll show you all equally here. So if you pick up, there you go. You can get wanted stars. You can get those 3 stars. And interestingly, with this, quite often you get a message saying like this with lose the cops. So the cops obviously will fire at you. They will do some of the damage for you if you want to get down to 0 a little bit quicker. But this took me a long time to try and keep going, get down to 0 with all of the hits that were involved. There we go. That took a while. I finally, after about 40, 50 hits, got it down. Now it goes into the red zone under 250. Do you see there? We keep smashing it, keep smashing it. We're down to the final 2, and watch what happens. Surely that is worth $2 worth of damage. But it felt, I crashed the car about 10 times to try and get it down to 0. There you go, into a truck, or a lorry as we call it here in England, and nope, nothing. Into a wall, nothing. It seems to sort of get stuck at 2. Another weirdness here. There you go. A punch finally got it down to 0. You fail the mission. Surely the car is dead. It's gone down to 0. But no, you can actually still drive it. And yeah, a little bit bizarre. Obviously you get the failure call, but it's still drivable at that point. If you want to keep the car for a little bit, maybe. Alright. So the other little bit of weirdness is you've delivered the car. It's absolutely delighted. That one I did cleanly, full bonus. It's very, very happy. But even though, if you think, well, actually, you know what? Some of the cars are quite decent. This one's not. You think, well, maybe if you try to steal it. No, it's locked. It's in that locked state. So then, can you actually destroy it, and is there a penalty for doing that? Well, oh, how did that miss? Yep, you can definitely destroy it. No, there's no penalty. So once you've done the delivery, you can just blow it up. Also gave me the idea, could I actually use my cargo bob to deliver the car that way and just deliver it straight? But no, unfortunately, it's one of these vehicles that Rockstar, being Sports that they sometimes are, do not let you pick it up. Some vehicles you can pick up, so if you're doing the car deliveries, you can do that. That one you can't. There we go. Obviously Zancudo, you've got to try Zancudo, haven't you? There we go, we can drive in. I don't have the hangar at the moment. My hangar's down at the airport, so normally I would pick up stars. Look at that, they're chill. Beat the horn. Got temporary permission. No, happy. He's happy. There you go, stepped away a bit. No, so you don't automatically pick up stars here. So, obviously, leads to the other question. What can we do? Is this a way to steal a Fort Zancudo jet with no stars, no penalties? You could actually, yeah, one thing you could do is actually just blow up that car and then set off. That would fail the mission, then you can go and do other stuff with your jet. Go back into free roam, have some fun. So yeah, you can steal a jet. No penalties. The car will just wait for you there at Fort Zancudo. And if you go back and get it, there's no wanted stars at all. But if you do something like this, similar to the cop, if you take out one of the soldiers, then, yep, you got 3 wanted stars. And, again, it's in this sort of weird interim state. So I drove around for quite a while, trying to see if I would get the classic wave of tanks. And whilst you get soldiers firing at you, there we go. You get the jeeps coming at you. Seems it's not in that state where you just get endless waves of tanks. So if we drive around for a bit, obviously we're doing some damage now to the car. Hello, there we go, some of the jeeps. They will do some damage to it, but it looked like I was okay on the tank side of things. I'm not getting waves of tanks like you normally expect if you just drove into Fort Zancudo, where you're not going to last very long. Okay, there we go. So let's get out of here before the big guys start taking me out. Nope. But for a moment, I thought that that was actually a tank and would take me out, but no, we are good. So there we go. Let's escape Fort Zancudo. Could have had a jet, but I've still got to go and deliver this. So let's show. Can you actually deliver one of these cars while you have wanted stars? See there at the bottom it says lose the cops, which normally means you can't do anything. But look, in this weird kind of state, there we go. Here are all our cops. You can actually deliver it. And obviously the guy's a bit upset because I've taken some damage at Zancudo and got a whole bunch of cops who have now despawned from the cutscene. But I still have my wanted stars and the cops will come after me with that. You still have to escape them in the normal way. Here come the cops. So you'd have to escape them, which, yeah, just kind of weird. Let's blow up the car. Anyway, oh dear, got to escape them. Angry Wrath, angry customer. Okay, other weirdness. So you can go into the stores, but you can't rob them in the normal way. So there we go. So we've got the store guy in there. We've got the tills ready, but if you point the gun at him, no, he won't collect the cash. And in fact, if you start shooting, he'll just run off and hide round the corner here. So you're in that weird, it's this weird interim state that the game's in, given you're in a mission. And even if you, if you shoot the second one, so if you shoot the second one, you'll get a few dollars will pop out that we can collect. But you can't collect the safe on the first one, even though the store owner's there and in theory, safe full. It's very weird kind of interim state that we're in. So there we go, we can go and deliver it. No problems, the fact that I just robbed the store. Like I said, anyway, you can, even if you had wanted stars, as we have shown, there we go, he's very happy. Very happy. That time I didn't actually do any damage. Okay, so as I showed in the first clip, one time I was driving the car around, and then I thought, that's one of the ladies of the night just stood opposite the car wash. So you can actually beat your horn, and she will get inside the customer's car. And you're supposed to go to a secluded spot, aren't you, to initiate the health boost? Should we call it that? Let's call it that. And so we have this rather romantic, is that the word? Cutscene, and she still stays in the car for the cutscene as we go through the car wash. And sorry to disappoint you, that's not secluded enough, so nothing happens. I don't have to adjust the content rating on this and the YouTube submission. Be pleased or not pleased to hear, I don't know. So there we go, we can drive through and do the full car wash with our friend, and then coming on to what happened, she actually delivered another lady of the night to the customer. What would happen then? Would there be any more weirdness? So yeah, there she is in the passenger seat. So if we drive up, cue the cutscene, there she is. What happens? She no, there we go. She just gets out and wanders off. Unfortunately, I was hoping it would trigger some kind of weird glitch, or she'd stay in the vehicle for the customer. But anyway, the customer looks pretty pleased. So I don't know where she's disappeared to. Maybe his house. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Anyway, there we go. Let me know if you've messed around with it in other ways in the comments. Alright, take care.